Hey guys, here's Louis. So I am here cutting up the quarter panels, the inner quarter panels that came from the 69 Firebird convertible that my buddy Jonathan at Vinyl Village Garage left me here, and believe me, it's been a blessing. So just for you guys that didn't know this, if you're building a convertible F-body from 67 to 69, even Camaro, so it doesn't matter if it's a Firebird or Camaro, first generation F-body, you are going to be running into problems that on a convertible that they do not reproduce everything. This brace right here for convertibles only, they do not reproduce it. Thanks God I have it. This bracket right here, which is where your convertible tops bolt onto, not reproduce. Okay, even this little bracket here for your inner interior panels, not reproduce, and I need one. Thanks God I have this one. So since I am doing the passenger side, I ran into the problem that the car being in a previous accident in the past, they butchered the one that goes in here, so I had to throw that away, and the one I removed from in there, well, she's here now, and this is what Louis is working on. So I drilled out the spot welds to remove it from the inner quarter, and I was left with this mess here, is because she was rotted out here. And this was me with the air hammer. Sometimes the air hammer will destroy the metal. All right, the next one I'm going to take out, I'll have more of a game plan how to take it out nice and smooth. But it's okay, since I saw this, I said I might as well just take everything out the easier way of using the chisel on the air hammer. And I'm gonna fabricate this. So I already cut it. Here it goes. All right, and this has a nice shape. All right, nice curve over here. And if you see the inner brace that they do not reproduce, it has a height over here. It's a curve and a height. So this metal is going to be sitting up here, and I'm going to trace this metal on a piece of thin cardboard. You could use a cereal box. This happens to be a soy milk carton, but thin carton cardboard, and you should be fine. And I'm going to do my patch panel with 18 gauge. Always use 18 gauge when you're working on an old car, okay? Because that's what's similar to what they was using back then. Now I will trace it out. All right guys, so I put my template that I did with a cardboard on an 18 gauge cold roll sheet metal, okay? And what I used to cut this was the shears that I have clamped down on my bench that I showed in the previous video. I also bought that in Harbor's Freight. And these nice shears here, these are from Milwaukee, they work excellent. So a little bit of both. Then when you are going to fit your patch panel on the panel you're trying to repair, I like to use this angle grinder here, and I will just shape it into place. All right, and so far this is fitting really nice. All right, I have that. I will start welding it, but before I start welding it, the original, here's the original. All right, it has this lip that it folds over right here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. I hope you can. So I need to get that lip going straight down and fold it over. That's my next move before I start welding it on to the patch panel here that I need. I want to show you guys what I have going on here. So this is a 2x4 that I put together with some screws, and it makes the panel fit nice and tight. I have many of these cut to different sizes for the same purpose here. My vise is kind of small, it's not huge. Maybe in the future I will get one of those old-fashioned big ones. I will really enjoy that one. So to hold it and help me give the fold over that it needs to have, like the original here, you see it has a bend, it bends over like this. I am starting to do it, and I'm just grabbing some vice grips, and little by little taking my time until I could get a nice fold on it, and then I will start tapping it down with the body hammer on the vise. And if you guys see what I am doing here, now I'm putting it on the vise, okay? And I want to make sure that when I have it on the vise and I'm striking on it, she's nice and flat, and the panel is really flush on this piece right here. All right, and as you guys can see, she's coming along nice. I still need to come all the way over here. All right, so I'm putting her, and little by little I am striking it with the body hammer. So guys, I have my patch panel right here. Okay, I'm putting it in the vise. I'm just going to be striking it. Now, this is the original, and this is the patch panel. See, they are both have the same contour here. I'm really happy. And if you see here, the fold, the bend over piece from the original on the one I just made, the patch panel, is too wide, but I always give myself a little bit of extra metal. It's better to have extra than not to have enough. So I will measure now and cut the excess off. Then once I do that, I grab this brace here and I weld everything in, and it should look like brand new. Alright guys, so here I have the panel that I am making the patch for. Again, this is for a first gen F-body convertible. It's the inner brace for your inner wheelhouse. Alright, mine was damaged by a previous accident. So here is the patch panel that I did. And so far I have tacked it here, 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 and also here. And I use a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver. I use these old screwdrivers. I find them real cheap at yard sales or wherever I could find them cheap, and I just use the heck out of them, and when they all messed up, I just throw them out. But if you see your panel folding into the metal and you need it to be flush, just give yourself enough space and pry it up. That's what I did here, and she got me nice and flush. So I'm going to keep on going. And now this is the game of welding where you need to have patience. So you need to do spot welds, and keep moving, keeping the panel nice and cool. All right, and that's the way you keep it nice and cool. I like to go here and just feel it. This is hot, 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 real hot. Here is cold. So wherever is cold is where I will be doing my next spot weld. All right, and this applies to anything, any panel you are doing on your car, any sheet metal you're doing on your car that is the thinner stuff. Okay, we're not talking about the real bulky stuff, but the thin stuff, especially your quarter panels, anything that's going to be visual outside the car, If you do it how I showed it right here, spot welds, all right, let it cool down. You could also use your air compressor and shoot some air on it, but I don't like to rush it. I just keep feeling it, and as it cools down, I just keep on zapping it until she's completely welded. You need to have patience when it comes to this, because if you don't, you are going to warp your panel and you ain't gonna be able to use it. And if you warp, let's say, a quarter panel real bad, you're gonna use a lot of filler, and that's what we try to stay away from. And guys, there it goes, all welded. As you guys could see, I have some really good penetration there. Now that's the name of the game, welding, and after welding, grinding. You see all the good penetration I got from the metal. So this is welding nice and solid. I will start to grind soon. Still needs to make a measurement here for a hole. That'll be next. That's my alignment hole right here when you're doing a convertible inner quarter panel wheelhouse. Well guys, these are the tools that I use. The bird bit over here, the angle grinder over here with a sand disc. Also this one over here with a sand disc. It's also considered a grinder. And the air saw. And the step bit on the drill to cut out that little thing right there at the bottom. So what I'm referring to is this slotted hole right here. Right, mine was rusty, but with the new panel I made it, and I used the step bit until I was able to clean it with the bird bit. And also 2 little files right here. If you guys are going to get into metal work, you need all these kind of tools. They're not expensive, you just need them for projects like this. All right, I mean, this is better than not having the panel. I think this came out great. And now I'm going to test fit it in the car. I still have a little bit more buffing to do on my welds, but I'm going to stop right there and just try it on the car for you guys. Now check that out. If I never repaired that panel, this inner brace here, I wouldn't have it, because they do not reproduce it. That's what I'm saying. A little hard work goes a long way. And she's not 100% in this right location, but that's the hole down here that needs to get aligned with that hole. And believe me, she's right on. So once I take this off and I take whatever is existing from the original panel, I will put the new one in, and she will be reinforced the right way, just like the original. So the one that I fixed is here. This is the original one. Okay. And when it comes to this panel over here, I probably could save this one because it's not really in terrible shape like this one was. But there you go, guys. Little hard work, and I was able to make a new panel that they do not reproduce. Well, this is a step forward from getting all this dialed in, and from here I will move to this section. On my next video, I will have all this done, also this side, and we are going to fit the trunk floor. So stay tuned to First Generation Garage. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your project will be moving forward. Bye bye now.